Think Cardi B's a vampire? Definitely Taylor Swift. Ryan Coogler's Sinners is a vampire film that really separates itself from the rest of vampire films with one particular element, and that is the music. In the beginning of the film, it is clearly stated that there are some musical artists that have a gift where their music transcends time and connects all past, present, and future together in a spiritual moment. Now, this can be interpreted in the way of music having a long-lasting quality, really high-quality music, withstanding the test of time and still being something that appeals to everybody across any spectrum of time, something that is very old and yet to this day we still listen and love it because it just has that quality that connects to your soul. Soul being the key word there. Blues and folk music are the featured genres in the film, and what are these particular genres referred to as? Soul music. While there are many interpretations of what soul music is, it can be from the listener's point of view, where they feel the music in their soul. They're able to connect to the artist, soul to soul. They understand their struggle, their joys, and their pain. Whereas from the artist side, they are bleeding out their soul to their audience and forming that connection. Now, this is the biggest key element in the film, in my opinion. It is the cornerstone of the entire film, the whole point of it, the inciting moment, and everything that pushes the film in the direction that it goes. Many cultures believe music to be a spiritual language. It's no coincidence that music is heavily involved in every type of church, from every type of culture, even from the likes of monks, where meditation, humming frequencies are all involved, because these frequencies are a spiritual frequency. And when you tune yourself to this frequency, much like an instrument, you are open to the influence of the spiritual realm. With these frequencies comes synchronicities. This is where a community is built around music, where they have a one frequency goal connecting to each other. This is where even the idea of war music, tribal drums and chants when going into war across almost any culture I can think of has a implementation of this to some degree. Drums on the battlefield, or Viking war chants and hums that involve dancing and rituals. This is something that is not purely Christian or purely pagan or anything else. Every culture has some implementation of music, dancing, and becoming in tuned. Now, a spiritual language, while different, is still a language, and language is used to convey a whole spectrum of things. The spiritual language and the spiritual world is a whole spectrum. You have your positive, but you also have your negative. It's hard to necessarily say that warring tribes who did mushrooms and guttural ritual chants and dancing before and perhaps during war and the slaughter of innocent people, that necessarily was a positive spiritual experience, but a spiritual experience nonetheless. In Sinners, by no means is it a negative context at all with the music. It is connecting their community and uplifting everyone. It is used as a conveying of pain and sadness, but also joy, a real positive impact it has throughout the film. There is a particular scene in the film where the young guitar artist plays his music, and everyone begins dancing to it and really becoming synchronized as a community. And this is the scene where you see it actually transcend time. The spirits from past, present, and future are all coming in the room and dancing to his music. You see Zulu warriors, hip-hop artists, and 80s guitarists all in the same room in this setting of all walks of life, all walks of time. It is a spiritual connection where they are all coming together. Now, this is all inherently a good thing. So what is the sin aspect to this film called Sinners? You have the twins played by Michael B. Jordan. They buy this land and have the intention to be the juke joint and raise up their community and also make money while they're at it. But the very money they use to purchase this land is blood money. The twins had the background of being drafted into World War I, and when they returned, they began working with Al Capone. It is established that they worked with Al Capone, stole his money, and left and came back home to establish a legit business. Now, why this is an important element is once the spiritual gateway is opened and the frequency connection is established, the very ground they're on is unholy ground. It is corrupted, and the soil itself is purchased from members of the KKK. So the ground itself, you could already argue, was unholy, but then the means to purchase it was also a dishonest means. So you kind of just have sin on sin on sin, thus the film being titled Sinners. So now that this gateway has been opened, the frequency established, now the music itself is acting as a beacon that is out in this ether of a spiritual world that has both good and bad things in it. It attracts all of the above. So you have two possibilities with the introduction of the vampire in this film. The way the film portrays it, it almost makes you feel like the vampire has been cast out from hell, the way he enters the frame, smoke coming off his back and burn scars, seeking refuge and help. So this could be an interpretation that the gateway was opened and he entered the realm seeking this beacon. However, it is also established in the film that he is being hunted by these Native American vampire hunters. And perhaps he was already on the land and now he just has his moth to a flame situation with the musical beacon opening up. Vampires converge on the place and they specifically want the music artist. They want the one who is lighting the beacon. There is claims in the movie that there's something he can do for them. There is just a big spiritual connection with the vampires the whole time. Literally, while they're waiting out the survivors inside, the vampires are having their own musical ritual outside, singing and dancing in a circle while they await having access to this greater beacon. Now, the intentions of the vampire wanting this, maybe he wants to be able to have this connection to the different realms. You could make an argument that the way that the film introduced the vampire being cast out from the spiritual realm, smoke blazing, that he is seeking this musical artist to be able to get back into the spiritual realm, that he has been cast out and he's trying to get back. And this artist who is able to light the beacon, connect the realms, that he is the key for him to get back. Now, in the film, it's established that when somebody is converted into a vampire, it's essentially a form of possession. You have the original soul of the person still residing in the body, but there is an additional vampiric soul, whether it's a corruption or there are two, a demon and the original still in there, or is it just the demon? It's up to interpretation, essentially. So one could argue that that is all of the vampire's goals, is to get to this connection that this music artist has in order to get back to the spiritual realm, because they themselves have been cast out for their misdeeds and their wickedness. Or maybe he has entirely different means for this music and he just wants to open the gateway, invite more demons, fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, into this realm so he can take it over and be the ruler, which is arguably more likely to be the case. And spoilers for the end of the film now. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. It's both good on just a film story level and as a vampire film level. So 10 out of 10, recommend it. So the end of the film, the guitar itself is used to sever the connection of very symbolic nature. It's smashed and cut into the vampire's face and then used as the wooden stake, stabbing through the vampire, killing him. You could argue sending him back to hell in a fiery blaze. And then the sun comes out and purifies land, kills all the other vampires. So the very thing that established the connection, once it is destroyed and taken out of the picture, the connection is severed and the demons go away then with the help of the sun. So just keep in mind the intentions of the frequencies of the music you're opening yourself up to. And if there's a knock at the door, think twice before inviting anyone in.